Welcome to Pix'l Path, where we make conversations easy for small brands through performance-based storytelling. I'm your host, Christopher van Wyk, and if you are here, it means you believe in serving your community to earn in volume. Today, we're digging into something that could be the difference between a profitable peak season and a disappointing one. Your brand narrative audit. Before we jump in, if you want to follow us on social media, we are on Facebook, on Instagram, and TikTok. For quick clips that you can implement today, please do so. Now, let's get bold and challenge the idea that your brand story is set in stone. Here's the truth. Your story should evolve with your business, and peak seasons are the perfect time to make sure it's working as hard as you are. Let's start with a simple question. When was the last time you actually looked at your brand story? Not just glanced at it, but really examined whether it's still serving your customers and your business goals. Here's what I see happening with most small brands. They craft their story once, usually when they're starting out, and then they just forget about it. They treat it like a tattoo instead of treating it like a living, breathing part of their business that should grow and adapt. Here's the thing. Humans are story processing machines. Every single message you communicate through your way of doing business, your branding, your marketing collateral influences the overall brand story that a person holds in their mind about you. That story, that's what they tell others about you. When you tell a consistent, meaningful, and relevant brand story across your touchpoints, you control how your brand is perceived. With the right story, your brand transforms from a commodity that people compare prices on to a crusade that want to join and fight through and through for. So what exactly is a brand narrative audit? Think of it as a thorough health check for your story. The systematic review of all your brand elements to work out how well they're working for your market and your team. It does this by focusing on a core set of measurements for each element of your brand. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds complicated. Let me make this simple. There's one thing you need to understand today. Your brand story isn't just your About Us page on your website. It's everywhere. It's in your product descriptions, your email subject lines, your social media captions, even how your customer service team responds to complaints. There are 3 common triggers that should make you stop and reevaluate your story. First, lack of brand clarity. When you or your customers are unsure about what you stand for, that's a red flag. If someone asked you to explain your brand in one sentence and you stumble, or if your team gives different answers, you need an audit. Second, declining performance. Drop in sales, decreased customer loyalty, or negative shifts in customer perception. These aren't just business hiccups. They're symptoms of a story that's not connecting anymore. Third, internal misalignment. If there's a disconnect between your employees and your brand's core values, mission, or vision, leads to inconsistent messaging and a weak brand story. Your team should be your biggest advocates, not confused bystanders. All right, let's get practical. How do you actually audit your brand narrative? I'm going to walk you through 3 essential methods that won't cost you a fortune, but will give you the insights you need. Method 1, content inventory. Start by gathering everything, and I mean everything. Your website copy, your latest ad campaigns, product descriptions, email newsletters, social media posts from the past 3 months. Print them out if you have to. There's something powerful about seeing it all spread out in front of you. Now read through it at all as if you're encountering your brand for the first time. Ask yourself, what story is this telling? Is it consistent? Does it sound like it's coming from the same company? I worked with a brand recently that discovered they were telling 3 completely different stories across their platforms. Their website talked about premium quality, their Instagram was all about affordability, and their email marketing focused on convenience. Was customers confused? Yes. Method 2, gap analysis. This is where you identify the disconnects. Look for outdated elements, that mission statement you wrote 2 years ago that doesn't reflect where your business is now. Look for inconsistencies. Are you saying you're authentic and genuine while you're using stock photos of people who clearly aren't your customers? Create a simple spreadsheet. Column 1, what your story claims. Column, what your content actually shows. Column 3, what your customers are saying about you. The gaps between these columns, that's where you need to focus your attention. Method 3, messaging alignment check. This is the most important one. Take your core message, your main brand promise, and if it shows up consistently across all your platforms, your website should echo your social media, which should align with your ads, which should match your email campaigns. Here's where most brands get it wrong. They think consistency means using the exact same words everywhere. That's not consistency. My opinion, laziness. True consistency means adapting your core message to fit each platform while maintaining the same tone, promise, and values. Let me give you an example of how this works. Let's say your core message is about empowering busy parents to create memorable family moments. On Instagram, this might look like quick meal prep tips. In your email, it might be a longer story about a family tradition. On your website, it's a detailed explanation of how your products save time for what matters most. Different execution, same story. Now, here's where data-driven part that most brands skip. You need to measure how your story is performing. I call this data-driven story optimization. It's the difference between guessing and knowing. Start with conversion metrics. What's your add to cart rate? If it's below 1%, your story might not be connecting your brand values to your products clearly enough. What about your email open rates? Below 20% might mean your subject lines aren't reflecting your brand voice in a way that resonates. Use funnel analysis to see where people are dropping off. They are leaving after reading your About Us page. Your story might be creating expectations that don't match your product experience. A/B testing is your friend. Test different narrative angles. Does the story of your founder struggle platform perform better than a list of product features? The data will tell you, and that data is gold for optimizing your story. Now that you understand how to audit your story, let's talk about how to structure it for maximum impact. I want to introduce to you what I call the three-layer story stack framework. This is how you build a narrative that not only resonates, but converts. Layer 1, the emotional hook. This is your attention grabber. It's the part that bypasses rational thought and connects with your customer on a deeper level. You want to make them feel something: joy, nostalgia, hope, even frustration with a problem they relate to. There are 3 research angles that consistently work for me. Nostalgia, especially powerful during holiday campaigns. Tap into shared memories, use imagery, music, or copy that reminds customers of positive past experiences. Aspirational lifestyle. Show customers an idealized version of their life with your product. Focus on the what if, what could their life look like with your brand in it. Problem agitation. Use this one carefully. Highlight a common pain point and show the negative consequences of not solving it. Create urgency around the problem before you present your solution. Here's the key. Your emotional hook should feel genuine to your brand values. If you are forcing emotions that don't align with who you are, your audiences will sense the disconnect. Layer 2, value proof. Once you have that emotional connection, you need to justify the purchase with credibility. This is where you back up your emotional claim with tangible evidence. User-generated content is your secret weapon here. Photos, videos, reviews from real customers are more trustworthy than any branded content you create. People want to see others who look like them using and loving your product. Influencer validation can provide credibility, but choose very carefully. Influencers should align with your brand values and genuinely use your product. Data-backed claims are powerful when done right. 95% of users reported improved results. It's different than users love our product, but make sure your data is real and verifiable. Layer 3, urgency driver. This is what moves customers from I want this to I need this now. Without urgency, customers will bookmark your page and forget about you. Seasonal exclusivity works beautifully for peak seasons. Limited edition holiday bundles create a clear deadline and reason to buy before they are gone. Product drops create excitement and fear of missing out. Release new products at specific times to create a rush to purchase. Social momentum, selling fast, or 500 people bought this today creates a fear of missing out, but use this carefully. If it's fake, customers will notice and perceive it as a scam. Now, to bring it all together, here's how you deploy this during peak season that's coming up. Start with a hook during your awareness phase. Build excitement through social media and pre-launch emails. Create that emotional connection first. Integrate value proof during the consideration phase on your website, in your email marketing. Showcase those customer reviews and success stories. Give them reasons to trust you. End with urgency during conversation. Countdown timers, last chance emails, limited stock notifications. This is your final push to convert interest into sales. But here's what most brands get wrong. They try to cram all three layers into a single piece of content. Don't do that. Each layer has its place in your customer journey. Use them strategically. Let's make this actionable. I'm giving you a simple framework I call the 4 A's, your pre-peak checklist that you can use for any major campaign. 1. Audit. Review your current story using those 3 methods we discussed. Look at your conversion metrics, engagement data, customer feedback. Ask yourself honestly, is our story connecting and converting? This gives you your baseline. 2nd A, analyze. Dig into the data. Is your emotional hook generating engagement but not sales? Is your value proof failing to convince? Find the specific layer that needs attention. 3rd A, adapt. Make changes based on your analysis. Rewrite that product description. A/B test a new subject line. Add more UGC. Don't be afraid to tweak your narrative. And for the 4th A, activate. Deploy your optimized story. Start with small tests before rolling out widely. A single social media post or email blast can give you valuable data before you invest in a bigger campaign. Here are 2 key pitfalls to avoid. Don't over-rely on emotion without proof. A story that makes people feel good is powerful, but without credible proof points, it's just a fleeting feeling. Don't use urgency too aggressively. Constant last chance messaging erodes trust. Keep urgency genuine and use it sparingly. And here are 2 low-cost ways to implement this immediately. Repurpose existing content with updated framing. That product tutorial can become a holiday gift guide with a new intro. That customer testimonial can get an urgency driver added to it. Use small-scale tests before big investments. A/B test narrative angles on a single social media post or low-cost email before launching a major campaign. Your brand story is your most powerful asset, but only if it's working for you, not against you. The brands that win during peak seasons aren't necessarily the ones with the biggest budgets. They're the ones with the clearest, most compelling stories that guide customers from discovery to purchase. Conversions aren't about pressure, they're about value. When your story serves your community first, the sales naturally follow. If this episode provided value, consider leaving a review or sharing it with a family member, friend, or colleague. Your support helps us serve more brands, and that's altruism in action. Until next time, stay bold, stay committed. This is Pix'l Path.